Let's do the Oz report. Even though my camera is lagging. Sorry guys for that. I have a new camera and it's lagging for some reason. Apparently there's I'm hoping that Cassiopeia has a fix for me, as he said earlier. So next time should be fixed. It's a new monitor as well. I'm just yeah. System changes. Should never change. Never change the running system. Okay. We're gonna run the Oz report. Guys, the Oz report is it's a 10-minute overview of the market. We'll go look at some interesting items. I'm recording that to release it later for YouTube and podcast for everyone that can't watch the stream live. So please excuse me if I don't interact with chat for the next 10-15 minutes. You can absolutely ask questions, discuss amongst each other, talk to the mods, everything. Except that if you have a question for me, then just ask it after the Oz report is over. All right. Let me just go and click over here. Okay. Perfect. So this is the Oz report for Saturday, January 15th, 2022. And we're going to start with the boosters from the event. So we discussed this last week. The Christmas event just ended, and as is always the case, boosters drop a lot during these events. As an example, I have the overclocker, those 2, 3, and 4 here. They all dropped in price hardcore in December, and now they are coming back up. I told you that last week to invest in them, to put buy orders out. I hope that a lot of you got those fulfilled and are now riding the wave back up. Expect these to go back up significantly over the next few weeks until they have reached the pre-event equilibrium again. Don't sell yet. Wait until they come up. So if you're talking about the overclocker 4s, for example, you can expect them to go back up to the 25 million range at some point. And you know, having said that, right now you can get buy orders fulfilled at 17, so that's crazy. In terms of let's continue with drone parts and salvage. So last week we saw high prices for a lot of these. They have come back down a little bit. So you know, last week it looked like people were actually buying in again and you know, starting producing again in a larger scale. This week we saw dropping prices in a lot of these. Impetus consoles have turned around, but nanite compound has you know, dropped a lot more, and Lawrence fluid came back from the high it was in last week. This comes you know, especially the Lawrence fluid, it spikes a ton, right? You can, if you look at the volume graph, you can see that certain producers, they come in, they buy a ton, and then they produce, the price drops again, and then the cycle repeats itself. So here, especially on these very, very large markets, but if you play it smart, you can trade in them quite profitably because you have these spikes in there. You just have to make sure that you have active sell orders out there, because the way you do profit is when somebody comes in and buys a large amount of these, and that you can only profit if you have standing sell orders in place. Let's talk ice and fuel. Ice has dropped a ton in price because CCP has doubled the amount it has available in game twice over the last 6 months. I've mentioned this a few times already. If you look at isotopes now, the component of ice, you can see that nitrogen isotopes are still dropping. Oxygen isotopes have started rising again. That means that as a main component of fuel blocks, oxygen fuel blocks have slowly started to rise. Those might be a good investment right now. And nitrogen fuel blocks, they're still dropping, but they're surely going to hit a a low very soon, and so you can get ready to invest a little bit into nitrogen isotopes and nitrogen fuel blocks again. In terms of let's go to mining drones. Last week I said Excavator mining drones, everybody's hating them now because they're just not used anymore. They're not the they're not the behemoth that they used to in mining, and so they just completely dropped even below the BPC price of the final good. So last week we were talking as 160 million for Excavator mining drones. They are back up to 190. So I hope last time when you listened to the report, you bought a few of these, because you could have made 30 million a piece on these. I'm guessing they will stabilize somewhere around here, somewhere around 200 million, depending on the blueprint prices. If you look at the blueprint price right now, cheapest one out there is wow, they've dropped a lot in price. So you will probably not see them recover unless they have they reach a significant popularity in game again. So Excavator mining drones, definite overreaction last week. I think now they're settling in around the 200 million mark, and will remain there for the foreseeable future, unless CCP takes back some of the nerves. Harvester mining drones, they are also very rare mining drones. Similar situation, have dropped a lot in price, and are still dropping. These are much rarer than the Excavator ones, because the BPCs are a rare drop in game. They've also dropped very low compared to their BPC prices. So might be worth investing if you do think that CCP is going to walk back some of those mining changes and are going to make Harvester or Excavator mining drones useful again in the near future. Let's talk Moongoo. So on Moongoo, there are some interesting ones where the available quantity has dropped so low that these might be a very good investment. So for example, let me switch over here. If we look at Promethium, you can see here Promethium available quantity almost gone, Platinum available quantity almost gone, Technetium available quantity almost gone. So those are some that are not only trading low in price, but they are also not very available anymore. So they might be worth investing in right now. These are all very big market, multi-billion ISK a day. So have a look at those. If you look at some of the others here, cadmium, chromium, dysprosium, these I just picked because they are trading at very high volume. If you look at Moongoo overall, Moongoo is currently trading 50% over the typical average. So that is a good indication for the economy. We saw some of this in the monthly economic report, increased production. We've seen Moongoo quantities increased in the game, but if nobody would be buying this up, then that would just increase or this would just mean prices would crash. That's not what we're seeing. Prices are fairly stable, volumes are increasing, and that means people are buying these up for production, which is a very good sign. Anyway, in the Moongoo product group, there's a lot of opportunities to be had right now, so pick your poison and go make some money. Let me call some other items out here that I've prepared. So the Hiva Saitsuo ballistic control system, the one that affects drones and missiles, it is currently very cheap again. Buy orders at 165 million. I love trading in these because they are very popular, and they every once in a while they drop from events and their prices drop a lot. The current buy price is very good, so go and buy some. I was going to talk about Fierce Electric and Fierce Exotic Filaments, but then we just decided to buy out the market during the live show, so that just happened about 20 minutes ago. Now the items are gone. The reason I was going to mention them was because the quantity available was rapidly decreasing in the market, and their popularity was increasing, and that's why these two were ripe to be bought out, and that's what we did. Fullerite C320, volume is increasing here as well. That is also a very good indicator of people starting to build large ships, especially because you have sell orders being fulfilled here. People are actually buying this up. That's a good indicator. Gel Matrix Biopaste crashed back down. That is because the only reason it was flying so high in December was the event, and the event dropping Nirvana and Rapture implant BPCs. If you're still holding this, try to get rid of it quickly, because it's going to be dropping back down to below 100,000 very, very soon. The way you make money on this kind of stuff is you hold it until an event like this happens, and then you try to sell as much as quickly as possible. More fights. I said last week it's trading so low that it might be a good investment again. It dropped even more, so as opposed to the excavator mining drones, where you should have listened to me on more fights, I said buy, it dropped even more. I'm still buying, as you can see by my orders here. I am still putting a bottom into this market. I do think Morphite is a buy recommendation right now, because it's trading very cheaply. Once production really takes off, I think this is going to be the first mineral to feel a bump. And then Super Tidal and Tropic Disintegrators, in terms of compared to, if you compare the current price to the average yearly price, then this is trading incredibly low. Of course, the reason for that is because abyssal materials are so cheap right now. But if you're looking for a place to invest, I think these are just, there's got to be a bottom in this market, and I think that it has reached it. So I'm investing in these right now. Let me finish off with some additional items that have very, very low availability in the market. Right? I queried for low availability, so for less than one trade day in the market, right? And this is what it spit out. And less than 1 day available in the market means, on any given day, if there's a little bit of fluctuation in the supply, this could be immediately gone. And these are all billion ISK a day markets. So when these items are gone, it means spiking prices. So enhanced ward console supply basically gone, right? Current price at 3.4 million is not cheap. It's quite expensive. But if supply is not replenished, then this is going to keep rising. So keep an eye out for that. Federation Navy Fleet, Captain Insignias. These have been heavily bought out. There's almost nothing left. Prices have spiked to 1.8 million. If you're holding these, get rid of them quickly. There's never been a better opportunity. Jackdaws are gone in the market. I'm guessing it's event-based, but there you can't really do anything, because you don't want to be buying these right now, and the only way you can profit from this is if you have a stack of jackdaws sitting around. If you do, though, go sell them. Logic circuits almost gone as well. There's been a little bit of increase in value. The current price is 700k, so I wouldn't even be opposed to buying some of this out. So this might even be a good opportunity, because there's not a lot here sub 750. So if you want to push this market a little bit, it's quite easy to push that price up and profit from it that way. Power conduits as well, on the way up, and nothing left in the market. You can see two big spikes here. People are just buying out the market and producing with it. And then last but not least, Raging Gamma Filaments. They're already trading at 13 million. But you can see, popularity is increasing, and supply is basically gone. So this could be another interesting abyssal item to speculate on. Cool. All right, that's it for the Oz report for today. We're going to return to the regular stream, and I'll see you guys next week.